more than that. But this is what we've got right now because, chaos and crime, that's what the Trump administration is. So by Monday, just 48 hours after he sent that email, the what did you do last week email, personnel officials proclaimed the request to be voluntary, even as he renewed his demand for them to do it. So if you're a worker, you're like, you have to respond to this, you're going to be fired. Also, it's optional. Also, psych, you're going to be fired if you don't answer it. So that's obviously a chaotic situation to be in. So while that was going on, people looked to the ostensible president of the United States. He's off playing golf and stuff. But anyway, Trump was meeting with Emmanuel Macron of France. He said that Elon Musk, that demand that he'd made was genius, and that employees who did not respond would be semi-fired or fired. And so just to catch you up on the legal proceedings we're going to be talking about later on, whether or not what Elon Musk did violates federal law, a lot of that seems to ride on what the whole "will consider your resignation" thing is. And he might have been being weird in his language there, because telling hundreds of thousands of people that they'll be fired if they don't respond to an email that was sent over the weekend is probably illegal. And so he was sort of being careful. Trump just said, no, you'll be fired if you don't answer it. And so I'm sure the class action lawsuit participants will very much appreciate Donald Trump weighing in this particular case. Unfortunately, if you're trying to understand what's going on, he says you'll be fired if you don't respond. A spokesperson for Trump goes out and says that it's voluntary. I guess you're volunteering to be fired, I suppose. But I can't even be mad at the spokespeople because they don't know what Donald Trump thinks. Because Donald Trump doesn't know what he thinks. Elon Musk is in a ketamine haze. He doesn't even know what he thinks. It's just utter chaos. And so Elon Musk decides to reiterate it, saying subject to the discretion of the president, they will be given another chance. Failure to respond a second time will result in termination. So that's not what Trump said. Trump said you'll be fired if you don't respond to the first one. But Elon's like, okay, so I guess we need a second one. And now we're dispensing with that whole we'll consider resignation. No, now you will be terminated. So again, the court case should be pretty smooth from here on out. Then he describes the email request as utterly trivial, saying it's just a test. I just want someone to respond to an email. He says, yet so many failed even at inane tests, urged on in some cases by their managers, including by high-profile members of the Donald Trump administration, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and others. He says, have you ever witnessed such incompetence and contempt for how your taxes are being spent? And I have to say no. No, I think this is the most incompetence and contempt for taxpayer dollars that I've seen. This whole thing we're dealing with. And then he says, makes old Twitter look good. Didn't think that was possible. No, I think the vast majority of our country thinks